One thing that might actually be interesting to talk about is what's the end goal? Where is Solemn Tones and myself heading in the future? I think it all stems from looking at what the current landscape of the market in music looks like and then reacting to it. It's not like I was sitting down and going, hey, you know what would be cool? Having a guitar in my computer. Like, it stems from a need way beyond that. What I'm noticing is that right now, in order to succeed in music, you need to be putting out stuff all the fucking time. Like, every single musical movement starts with youth, yeah? The people between 12 and 16, or maybe even younger, like 10 and 16. That's the age where people find a genre, say, yeah, that's it, this is cool, because my friends say it's cool, and I think this has something, and I'm into it, and I keep listening it, and they keep listening to that same music till their death, basically. That's why so many people constantly say, oh, the music from back before was real, and everything now is fake. Like, even back in the 70s, people were going, oh, but this other band from this other band, Beatles, they're fake. I used to listen to real shit. Oh yeah, oh, Nirvana, puh, that's fake. I listened to real shit back in my day. It always had these people, because people react to whatever is current and then try to put what they used to listen to on top of that and say, hey, this is different, so this isn't real. Your puberty and teen years basically define what you listen to and what you think is acceptable. And so if the current youth thinks a certain genre is the thing, that genre is the thing. That genre will keep growing, will be huge, it will survive, and everything else will falter. Which brings me to my next point. The youth right now listens to SoundCloud, mumble rap, whatever you want to call it. Those kind of types. Post Malone, Lil Pump, or whatever he's called, with Gucci Gang, whatever. Joji, all those characters. And a lot of metal musicians obviously don't like it. They go, oh, it's so easy to make. Well, then do it. Become famous in it. But you can't, because it's hard. It's actually hard. There's millions of people trying to be SoundCloud rappers and failing, even though it's so easy. We now see that the youth is listening to that genre. And whether you like it or not, within 10 years, it will be a justified, real thing, and it will be all good. And no one will say it's easy shit or anything unless you're like really, really old school. And so I personally don't listen to the genre, but I do understand these guys are winning the pop culture war. All the youth is listening to them. There's only a small minority actually still listening to stuff like metal. And so I started looking at which metal musicians are actually still winning. And there's only a few. The ones that are actually coming up in this social media, digital only era are the YouTube musicians. The guys who can put out skits, sketches, funny videos behind the scenes, a lot of songs, covers, and that kind of stuff. Those are generally a little frowned upon. People don't see them as real musicians, they're just YouTubers, without understanding that those YouTubers are now doing tours outselling all the local real bands. I believe the only way in which alternative music / metal will live is if we have more of these solo artists / solo producers putting out their stuff. I believe the only way we as a genre can survive is by outcompeting SoundCloud rappers and so forth, so that more youth actually jumps into metal and then also listens to the other kinds of bands. I really believe that the only way for metal to win is if we get people who can produce music really fucking fast, alone, so they're not like dragged down by super slow recording processes by fucking the slowest band member, the bassist. If we keep holding on to this stigma where we have it has to be 5 people on stage, nothing fake, we have to go to a real studio, track our album with real drums and real this and real that, no auto-tune, no this. If we keep doing that, we will have a bunch of bands that take 2 years to create an album, like with touring and stuff, but still they take 2 fucking years in between every album. Meanwhile, those SoundCloud rappers doing their easy music are putting out 20 albums a year. They will outcompete us and destroy us. So I believe our genre needs a healthy combination of the bands we all love and then those solo producers / solo musicians with their smaller projects that actually stimulate growth. And that's where the need comes from. That's why I started Solemn Tones. I believe I have to create products that make music creation so much faster. And whether you use it for pre-pro or actual like final productions, I don't care. But it has to create a movement where we get a lot of people making way more content. We have to win the content game in order to win pop culture. Not everything, because SoundCloud rappers will still be faster, but at least more. That's the only way metal can actually survive, I believe. So what do I see happening these coming years? I believe if Solemn Tones keeps growing, we will get a bunch of solo artists / solo producers. They will use these products to produce way faster, at scale, actually putting out a new song every fucking week. Grow really fast. That way, bring youth into the genre, then actually explores the other bands out there. So everyone wins. I believe that's gonna happen. I believe it's the only way metal can actually survive. If we keep going like, oh yeah, but that's fake and that's fake. Now I'm gonna record my album and now we're gonna tour for 2 years in our rusty van. Facebook, what's Facebook? Oh yeah, on Facebook, yeah, we have to promote our show. We're gonna send out a little flyer on our Facebook page. Oops, 2 likes in 5 days. Well, I guess it's alright. Like, if we keep going like that, the genre will just die. And then we'll become bitter old men on our computers. Post Malone, so fake. Like, so no, I believe we need to become way faster, put out way more content, fucking destroy SoundCloud rappers reach-wise, and that way grow. I believe Solemn Tones will actually be part of that movement, that solution. At least that's what I believe, that's what I'm gonna do. That's the reason I'm doing it. I wanna become a big solo artist, but also entrepreneur. These two will coincide. I will use my own products to make way more content, even though it's really hard to like juggle between business and music, but I'm doing it regardless. Putting out way more content, growing, and then we'll see. If it was interesting to you, please go ahead and subscribe, follow the journey, and we'll see you soon. Ciao!